And we are very honored to have the pleasure of being joined once again by Dr. Malka Shabtay, an applied anthropologist who is unraveling so much history and evidence of the lost tribes of Israel. Thank you for joining us again, and welcome back after a successful journey in Ethiopia. Tell us how your trip was.
First of all, this is my first time in the last 3 years to visit this community. Each time more and more things are revealed to me as they trust me more and as they see our work in collaboration. This time I went there for two goals. One, to complete my filming for the movie I'm making, and second, to go together and bring with me Kess Avihu as a representative of the spiritual leadership of Ethiopian Jews in Israel.
Where in Ethiopia is this village? Is it urban or it's remote?
The geography is something to explain. The community is spread besides of a neighborhood in Addis Ababa called Kachane. The community is spread in several cities and in 15 secret synagogues in the region of Samian Shoah.
Wow! And for you to be studying this your whole life, and yourself going to school, an academic, learning filmmaking, you're making this all by yourself. I know you have a lot of responsibilities. This is quite a journey for you. So to come and film this time, and then to have the success after coming back must be so special for you.
First of all, I'm still on the way. We are still in a long journey. The journey is to complete the film. The journey is to gain recognition, formal recognition for this community. Just on December 20th, we put up the first formal request for recognition to the Israeli Prime Minister, President, Ministry of Diaspora, Ministry of Aliyah and Klita, World Jewish Congress, and chairperson of the Jewish Agency.
That's it?
That's it. Now, it is already 3 weeks. No one of them responded. We are waiting a bit more, and then we are going to approach them for the second time. And if they will not respond, we will have to move to the next stage. If they will respond with interest, we will come and meet them and tell them the whole story and circumstances, because it is time for them to take responsibility.
Right. 100%. And I think the fact that you have, you're not gonna stop. You're on the path. You're gonna reach the goal, and kol hakavod to you to have the bravery to take on the big, policymakers. But, I've studied myself a lot of history. People were talking about the lost tribes in the 1800s during Columbus's time. This is something that people have shown an interest in. Why is it so important now that the Jewish people have to recognize that there is something to pre-Talmudic Judaism coming from the lost tribes of Jacob?
First of all, it's a very complex issue, but to say it very simply, normative Judaism is based on halakha. But halakha is relatively a modern development. There was Judaism before, the Judaism that was practiced in the first temple. Where are all these people, Israelites, that practiced Judaism in the first temple? They were Israelites. Judaism is also a modern concept. Now, because of many circumstances...
And Judaism comes from Judah, only one of the tribes.
Exactly. So all these communities have been spread out all over the world. They have been under pressures of Christianity and Islam. Many people have been lost under these pressures. Some have survived secretly, like my community in Ethiopia, like the Bnei Anusim in Brazil, like the Lemba in Zimbabwe, and more and more. Now, in this time, I believe that the Geulah is coming.
Geulah meaning the Messiah.
The redemption. Not the Messiah, the redemption of these communities. And I am based both on the prophets of Jeremiah, who speak specifically on the offsprings of Bet Israel that will return from all the places they have been dispersed. And second, at this visit, I got it very strongly. I saw in front of my eyes the prophet of Yechezkel, about the prophet on the dry bones. These elderly people who live in poverty, in remote places, holding to their identity in spite of all pressures, they are there. And now they are going to reveal themselves slowly again and again. And they need our support. They are part of us, we are part of them. We can't give up on them. They hold very origin form of Judaism.
And the key to fulfilling all of these prophecies that are happening during this time of being called by many the age of Aquarius, the time of the Mashiach, the Geulah, all of it one being, which is Israel being a house of prayer for all nations.
Yes. And one more thing that I want to say, you know, there are Jews who make Aliyah and come and live in Israel. But there are more Jews who live outside of Israel. The Jewish diaspora is all over the world. And for us, it is the time to recognize, to understand that there is a large-scale Jewish diaspora in Ethiopia, in different places, in different situations. My community is the first to come out clearly, and now, after so many years, be connected to some people from Israel and some people from the Jewish world. But this is just the beginning. We are about to establish the Jewish Federation of Ethiopia. Amazing. In the next coming year.
Well, we're going to continue on this conversation after the break. Thank you so much. And I know after the break, we're going to be joined by a very special man, and I'm looking forward to the surprise that you said you were bringing. So stay tuned. Dr. Malka is going to deliver a surprise right here in the studio.